Hello, this is Up Trail 71, and we are back at one of our favorite areas, Pictured Rocks, in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. And tonight it's going to be just a short hike out to our campsite, and we're going to set up at, I think this may be one of our favorite campsites of anywhere, on a little Beaver Creek. It's right on Lake Superior, beautiful beach. So in my opinion, this is the best campsite at Pictured Rocks. And when we get there, we'll show you around more. It's a little more private than, say, like Chapel, which is an excellent campsite. But of course, there's no fire rings at that one, so you cannot have a fire. And a little Beaver Creek one, we will be able to have a fire tonight. It'll be a shared ring. But anyway, here we are, beginning our hike. And this is a nice part of the trail, running right alongside this stream. And there was a sign back there that said 1.7 miles to Lake Superior. And like I said, we had at least a couple miles to the campsite after that. Now we're starting to see some of the cool sandstone rock formations. And a little ways up here, we'll actually see a little cave. It's early July, and the temperatures today is in the mid-60s, so it's actually perfect for hiking weather. And as far as camping permits go, you have to get a park pass to get in. I can't remember exactly what I paid for it, $20–25 a year, something like that. Or you can get a weekend pass or something like that. Then backcountry campsites, you have to reserve them online. And I believe it's like a $15 registration fee. I think it's $5 per person per night. So it's not too bad. Now this is that cool area. Come up to a little cave. It'd be a nice spot to go. If it's raining, it'll actually go in there a little bit. Doesn't go in very far. Yeah, that's kind of neat. Well, back on the trail. And we still have a few miles to the campsite. When we arrive, it'll be early this afternoon, of course. We'll set up our Z-Packs duplex tent. I've only used that a couple times so far. It's a nice tent, very, very lightweight. And then maybe we'll probably walk around the lake and a beach. Then we'll probably have our dinner. I don't remember what I have. We'll find out later. And maybe possibly make a fire tonight. I made it to this junction. Beaver Lake straight ahead. I believe that's a little Beaver Lake right down there. But we're taking left and we'll be going to Lake Superior, then the North Country Trail. We've now come up to the junction. If you take a left, Cove's Campground. It's only 0.2 of a mile in that direction. And maybe we'll take a peek at the lake right up here in a minute. But we'll be taking a right to Beaver Creek Campground. First we're going to follow this little side trail. See if we get any views of the lake. And this will be our first view of Lake Superior. Now we arrived at Little Beaver Creek. There's this cool little bridge that crosses it. This bridge has been here a long time. I know the first time I crossed it was about 10 years ago, and it's starting to look old. And of course it's starting to sound a little creaky now. That's a cool looking stream. See all that sand? The water is crystal clear. And we made it to the beach area. And our campsites will be right up here. Beaver Creek Campground. Just up this little bluff. And we'll go look for campsite number 6, I think it is. And this will be campsite number 6. So this is where we'll be staying tonight. Looks like somebody tried to have a fire right there. That's definitely not legal. They only had the... Yeah, it's just a one fire ring up close to that bear box.
What does this say?
Oh, somebody wrote something here. Can you read that?
Top of Beach Hill.
Top of Beach Hill. Well, we got a Z-Pax duplex tent for the most part set up. Now we're starting to go through the food bags. I wasn't even sure what I had in here. Still had this all set up from a Smoky Mountains trip. Noodles and beef, mushroom sauce. That sounds good. I'm eating a few of these Jack Links right now. Some mashed potatoes. Chicken teriyaki and rice. And I see a chipmunk over here. Looks like he wants to check out our food. And I got some hash brown potatoes for morning. Sea salt caramel, so I definitely had enough food. Oh well. What do you think? Think we have plenty of food? It's definitely boiling. Takes 2 cups, that's a lot of water. Yeah, if you want to use it, go ahead.
I do. Thank you.
There, my noodles and beef. The mushroom sauce.
Just don't knock it over.
Not sure how long it'll take to be ready, but can't wait. 12 to 15 minutes. So I'll wait 15 minutes.
Ooh, it's that hot. Babe.
Oh, I'll give you a quick look at what this looks like. It looks good. Now I have to give it a good taste test. It's hot. It's not bad.
Always a good thing.
Yeah. Of course, everything tastes a lot better in the woods, but I'd still rate this at least a 7.5 out of 10. Now I'll take a quick look around this campground. Of course, this is campsite number 6 at the Beaver Creek Campground. And I would highly recommend this one. I'll show you why. You can see in a post, campsite number 6. And it's fairly private. There's a small hill right there. Acts as a little bit of a wind block. And the fire ring, the group one, is right over there in that direction. You can see some of the smoke. So there's someone over there. Then you got a few campsites. They're spread far enough apart. So it's fairly private right here. Not bad. There's one back in there, and somewhere back there is a latrine. I'm not sure exactly where. It's just like a toilet in the bushes. Now I'll take a quick walk over by the lake. So you see that's up on a bluff. Must be at least a good 40 feet up. Then off in the distance, you can see some of the cliffs of pictured rocks. See like a, I think that's Grand Portal over there. Now we're coming down to the Little Beaver Creek. Gonna filter some water. And look at this right here. I'm about 95% sure that this is a part of an old shipwreck. See the planks right there? And these huge spikes must have held this together. It's possible there could be some more of the shipwreck around here. There have been shipwrecks where parts like this have washed up. I've seen pictures. Oh, we'll walk around, see what else we have. I'm going to filter some water because we are almost completely out. And this is another view of that old shipwreck. I know I've read about these shipwrecks from years ago, somewhere like maybe the 1860s, 1870s. And they made ships like this for a lot of fur trading. Of course, I can't guarantee you that's what this was, but that's just from what I read. And if you look over here, you can see there's a spike in this log, and it's carved out actually pretty good. Then there's another support beam. You see some crossed ones over there. Then I noticed a little ways over here, there's some spikes in the ground. Must be another part of this ship. The ships weren't nothing fancy looking back then. You know, they're just made from trees. And they cut them just kind of a rough cut like this. They may have treated the wood, I'm not sure what they did. But then like we're looking before, you see the planks. Somehow the planks must have flipped over on this side. And they're kind of detached. Now after we looked at this for a while, I'll have to look back at some of my old videos, but I believe this beach right here was actually covered with a lot more sand, and it covered up all this old shipwreck. You can see it's carved out from that big storm we had within the last year or two. You know, there's at least 20-foot waves coming in the shore. Actually, I think they may have been last year. 25-foot waves coming into shore. That's cool. Well, hopefully there's no lives lost on this shipwreck. Of course, these ships weren't real big. So as soon as they got some high waves out in Lake Superior, it made it vulnerable. Easily could have been flipped over or whatever, you know. Now I was just looking over there. Let's go check out that, I'm not sure what that is, a little teepee or something that someone was building. A wind block?
Wigwam.
Wigwam, who knows. But we'll go take a look at it. It looks kind of cool from here.
Get out of my house.
Sit down. Maybe you'll get a picture out of it.
We're gonna get it.
And this is a group fire ring. Next to the fire pit is a food storage box for a bear, and of course all these pesky little chipmunks and squirrels running around here. I just heated up some water. Added about 4 ounces of hot water into this little oatmeal from Quaker, apples and cinnamon, and it is very good. This is now my favorite oatmeal. As you can see behind me, the sun is starting to set. In about maybe 10 minutes we're going to go down there and watch the sunset. That's pretty cool. We're getting ready for bed, and we'll see you in the morning. It's a little chilly this morning, not too bad. Good morning, everyone. We're just starting to wake up. We'll go get the food out of the bear box, make us up some breakfast, and I start breaking down our tent. I'm so used to saying hammock, but breaking down our Z-Packs tent here in a little while, and we'll start making our way back to the trailhead. Now I'm gonna try my hash brown potatoes, bacon, peppers, onions meal for breakfast. Not very big of a meal. I was hoping to share it, but it does look good. It's not real warm. It's a little on the cooler side. I said to leave that heating pad inside this for about 5 minutes and it'd be nice and warm. It's lukewarm, not bad. Just gotta make sure you take the heating pad out of this pouch if you use one of these. And then insert it with the food inside here. It did get a little cool last night, got down to 44 degrees when I checked the pack this morning. So probably within the next 45 minutes we'll start breaking down our tent here and get back on a trail. Well, looks like we got everything packed away, cleaned up good, and we'll be getting on the trail. Now this will only be about a short 3-mile hike back to our trailhead. We'll take a little different route on the way back, so we'll be hiking along the Beaver Lake, or if we took a right it'd be 5.3 to Chapel Beach, but 0.5 to Beaver Lake. Of course that's the direction we're heading. And we also really enjoyed meeting a couple of guys at the campsite last night, and I think his name's Ken and Derek. Yeah, and then showed us his tent. I believe that's like a Durston tent. I thought that was really cool. I did a short little video of it, so you can check that out. Enough about the last quarter mile. We've been hiking right along Beaver Lake. This is a decent sized lake. It's actually very nice. Kind of a sandy bottom. Now we come up to Little Beaver Lake. And there'll be a campground on the other side. Little Beaver Lake campground. Oh, looks like we got 1 mile to the campground or trailhead. It's in the same area. Well, are you ready for a good meal? Post-hike meal, or?
Can't we just eat breakfast?
Oh, I thought maybe a pasty or something, but I suppose it's going to be a little too early for that.
Probably.
We are now almost back to the trailhead. This was a fun 2-day, 1-night weekend overnight trip for us at Pictured Rocks, the Beaver Creek campsite area. Got to see a lot of cool stuff. The sunset was awesome last night. And we will catch you on the next adventure. Thanks for watching Up Trail 71.